All right, well, today is Saturday, November 9th, 2024, en route to Nebraska for, I'm gonna have to do some math here, but I believe my 8th hunting season in Nebraska. I think my first year was 2013, maybe, 2013, 2014. I've had some years where I didn't hunt, but I've never filled a Nebraska tag, so I'm really hopeful for this year. Caleb has been doing a lot of work. He's got a lot of shooter bucks, especially on this one main property. I'm really hopeful. You know, I was supposed to head down to Nebraska yesterday. I spent an extra day hunting around home after a giant that I'm after. He did not show, so change of pace. I haven't seen a deer in a week. I'm gonna head down to Nebraska, hopefully kill a buck within a couple days and get home. This is kind of my whole week that I've got no work appointments or anything like that, so I don't have to be anywhere or do anything till Sunday afternoon, which is the 17th. So I've got pretty much 8 days here to hopefully kill a couple bucks, maybe one in Nebraska, head back home and get one in Minnesota. So feeling optimistic. I'm really excited for this trip to Nebraska. I mean, regardless, I always love coming down here no matter what. It's one of my favorite places in the world. Hopefully I can finally arrow that Nebraska buck that has just eluded me. I'm not going to be super picky. You know, honestly, anything mature doesn't have to be huge. So fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens here over the course of the next week.
Well, we are finally set up here in Nebraska. Year 8, I think. I could be off on that, but we're finally all set up. It was a bit of a crapshoot getting set up here. We came up to this top ridge in the dark. Caleb's never really hunted up here before, but we wanted it. This is just a great rut cruising spot. Anyway, we got up here, had a hell of a time picking a tree. Finally picked a tree. And had a hell of a time getting up in the tree. I got up in the tree, cracking light here, just pulling bows up, look down behind us. Caleb has his food plot down probably about 100 yards behind us. You can kind of see too. Big, probably 140-inch 10-pointer standing there. So that was pretty sweet. Bummer, because we were debating sitting in that tree. There's a tree stand already there, which it would have been game over right off the bat, but it's okay. He could still come back, and there's plenty of other bucks in the area, so we're locked in here to sit all day if we need. Hopefully we don't. And gonna crack the horns here right away off. See if we can get anything moving. So fingers crossed we can have a buck down here in not too long.
That's a big old buck there, bud.
Day 2 here in Nebraska, Monday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day to everyone out there that served and everything like that. Really appreciate everyone's service. Hopefully today is the day here in Nebraska. We moved down to Caleb in the off season. They made this little food plot down here. And yesterday we were up on the ridge top about 100 yards above us. This buck we call a shorty came through here twice yesterday. He already hit cam here on the east side of this property today at like 5 this morning. So, no, he's close. We're gonna lock in here for probably as long as we can till the wind switches, and then we're probably gonna move sets. So hopefully one of these bucks cruised through here this morning. We got the decoy out. I'd love to decoy a Nebraska buck in. It'd be pretty sweet, so I really want to get it done today because I got Caleb behind the camera again, which is awesome of him. And he's got to go back to work tomorrow, so. And I'd love to get back home and chase the buck that I'm hunting around home, so. Fingers crossed we can get something done this morning. It's cool out. Sunny bluebird day, high pressure, so. Got a lot of things coming together. It's November 11th. Let's see what happens.
I think it's a buck we passed yesterday.
This morning we saw 3 bucks, 2 does. A couple of the bucks are on these 2 does, and then we didn't get a good look at him, but we think he was a shooter. It looked like he was coming right at us, and we just lost him and never showed, so. We moved over to the east side of this property, in a tree that Caleb's hunted this year, where he passed the buck that we call Shorty that I want to kill, so. This side of the property seems a little bit more active. We've got a marginal wind, but it should work, so we're just hunting pretty much this big saddle system these bucks are cruising through, and we've got a big drop off behind us. Hopefully we can get our wind sucking down in there, so we're gonna sit tight here for the rest of the day and hopefully a big old buck can walk on by. Alrighty, well, it is Tuesday, November 12th. We are about 10 minutes from sunrise here. I want to get this interview out of the way quickly because I just had this feeling about this morning. Could be wrong, but it's actually it's supposed to be the warmest day today, but it's the coldest morning. My truck even hit 29. There was a good hard frost in like the yard at the place I'm parking on my truck. Just feels right. This spot is where we moved to yesterday afternoon. We didn't see any deer here yesterday afternoon, but I left all the stuff up in the tree. And Caleb really likes this as a morning spot. It can be good all day. I'm planning on sitting here all day if I need to, but I'm really hopeful that this morning it can just be on. So, we got a good, perfect southeast wind. My wind's going straight into this big drainage. Caleb's got a handful of bucks on camera I'd shoot. So, I'm gonna lock in here. I got in the tree early this morning. I was ready to roll about 45 minutes before first shooting light, so. Just gonna kind of be patient here and see what happens this morning, and hopefully it's something good. last 30 minutes here. Overall, it's been an awesome day. Seen 8 bucks and 10 does. Obviously had that giant at super close earlier today, but I'll be back in this tree tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so gonna get a tree umbrella and sit all day in the rain. Should be fun. But I'm gonna hunt, I think, tomorrow and Thursday and head home Friday, so fingers crossed. All right, well, it is 9 o'clock, Wednesday, November 13th. Back out in the tree here. I opted not to go out this morning. Woke up, radar was showing it was just pouring out, like it was red and yellow. Was not gonna go sit in that. It's supposed to be lightening up, and there's supposed to be a break in the forecast from 9 to 11. That's why I came out when I did, but you can probably see in here, there is no break. Now it's saying from 10 to 11. Sweet, then it's gonna get heavy again. Cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's kind of a bummer. I am dry under this, I got a tree umbrella up, so if it's gonna stop before like sunset, I might just stick it out the rest of the day. I might sit for a couple hours. I did bring in the decoy with me, so we already had a shooter bucket cell cam right where I'm at here, so like 8. So we'll see, not ideal, but I got today and tomorrow. See if we can figure something out. Thursday, November 14th. This is my final day in Nebraska. Back on the same ridge I've been hunting. I mean, yesterday was slow, the day before was bonkers, so we'll see. I'm right now debating if I'm going to sit here all day or move to a different property. I haven't hunted in like a decade, where we've got a couple decent bucks. I don't know. I'm going to give this till at least probably noon. 7:15 right now. It's a cold, crisp, 33 degrees. Just a light wind. So we'll see. We will see. If I don't kill a buck today, I may never buy a Nebraska tag again. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over again. Expect a different result. Clearly, Nebraska isn't for me. Unless those fortunes change today, so lock in here and see what happens.
Meh.
9:45 in the morning. Man, Nebraska is just, long story short, I'm sitting here. I hear some loud commotion up in front of me. I reach up to turn my camera on. I just see a rat going by, like coming towards me. Well, then I see a doe pop out. Doe walks a trail like 10 yards in front of me. And I don't see the buck, but I get the camera set up after she walks through on the trail that she was on. Grab my bow, get ready. And I look up and he's up on the hillside and he comes up and he comes out at like 40 yards broadside. And I had to readjust, get the camera up there, grabbed range on him, all while I was in this opening. And he actually gave me almost enough time. He stood there, and by the time I got the range on him, I went to draw my bow, he starts walking out of shooting, and I try to get him to stop, and he doesn't. So I think I've come to the conclusion that I not only hate Nebraska, but I hate the rut. Just wasn't quick enough, I guess. I set up on this property that I haven't hunted in like 10 years.